Okay,
All right.
you're on. Take one.
All right. So this video is for educational purposes, just for class. So, how are you guys today?
Good.
Good. All right.
I work today.
Okay. Okay. So, what brings you guys in?
You made us come in.
Yeah, no. I guess we're having a little communication problem in the bedroom.
Okay.
What's your problem? I don't know.
Well, how long have you guys been married?
Yeah, you answer that.
I don't know, forever.
Forever? Is this our first marriage?
No.
Today is 6 years.
6 years? Okay. Second marriage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, my third.
Your third.
Mm-hmm. His
Your second?
Second.
Okay. Okay. So
Yep.
6 years y'all have been together,
Mm-hmm.
and so we've been having problems. Has
Has it been that long?
No. Not yet.
6 years this year, probably,
Sure.
right? Okay. So, when did your problems start to happen for you guys?
About 3 years ago. Does that sound right? I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, what do you think? I mean, has it not been that long? Has it been longer?
Three, yeah, about.
Okay.
Since we're not quite the civic, so yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So about 3 years. So halfway into your marriage, you've had some problems.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you had said communication. What exactly does that mean?
Well, I say communication because I don't know that, I'm not sure he understands what I'm going through.
Okay.
And
No, I'm not experiencing it
I
firsthand.
realize that, but you can read up on it.
I have.
Okay. Okay. So first, before we go into that, so what have you been experiencing?
Well, hot flashes, night sweats.
It changed.
I'm irritable, very,
Okay.
very short irritable.
Mhm.
Just stupid things get under my skin. I'm tired,
Mhm.
very tired all the time.
Mhm.
But yet I still try to push myself until I can't do anymore, and then I just kind of, I'm too tired for anything else. Just want to go to sleep.
Okay. And you said this has started 3 years ago?
Yeah, about 3 years ago. I mean, I've been going through menopause longer than that, but this part of it has just started recently, or most recently.
Okay. Okay. And so what does it look like for you on your side, Brett?
Dismal.
Dismal?
No, it's just, I don't know what's going on. The firsthand what it is, so I mean, I'm kind of, like,
Okay, so not firsthand because you can't experience what she's experiencing, but
Right.
from the, being her partner, what have you noticed?
otherwise, everything.
Everything she said? Okay. And how has her changes affected you?
I
I mean, are you
just stumble through it.
Stumble
I mean,
through it?
you don't know, really what would trigger me to.
I was gonna say, I don't want to answer for you or interject anything, but I can only imagine what it must be like to wonder how do I approach her today? Is she gonna be mad from the get-go, or, because I don't know how I'm gonna feel until somebody speaks,
Mhm.
or until, well, seriously,
Okay.
and you're the only one there.
Okay, so you have a lot of mood changes. So
Suddenly,
Okay.
and it's just as much of a shock to me as it is to him, and I'll
Like
be
turn
like,
around, say something, and then turn back around, and yeah.
yeah, it's Jekyll and Hyde type thing.
okay.
And a lot of times I'll say, I don't even know why I said that like that, because I didn't mean it that way, but then most of the time I just snap right back and go on about what I was doing.
Mhm.
For
You're
instance,
pretty good about
apologizing.
yeah.
Well, I try to be, because I don't try to be this person.
Okay. So has something happened recently, like in the last day or so, that you can kind of give me a little
30
bit idea?
minutes ago.
A couple minutes ago?
Yeah,
Okay.
30.
Well, what happened?
Oh no, I mean it's not that it really doesn't stand out, because I mean it's how you get where you. I mean it's
So you're
kind
kind
of
of
norm.
used to it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want you to be used to this.
Well, no, I mean not like that, but I mean
Because I'm praying that
you
it
just
goes away.
adjust to it. I mean you're not having hot flashes like you.
No, and I did quit taking my medicine because I thought
Oh.
I was done,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was so hopeful, but obviously I'm not. But
You started
but I'm
seemed
not
like
near as bad as I was.
Well,
As far, and this is without any medication at all. So I was taking like herbs and stuff,
Mhm.
but so I'm hoping I'm on the downhill slide.
Okay. So when was the last time you went to your doctor and had like an annual exam?
Oh well, that's probably been 5 years ago at least.
Okay. Okay.
Do I still have to do that after I had a hysterectomy?
Well, I mean, it is good just to kind of get things checked out, you know, just to see if everything is okay, and then especially to address any issues that you've been having. So, like, if you know you've been having the mood swings, there might be something that can help with that. And I know you're doing a lot of the herbal stuff, but
Yeah.
just to see what recommendations are out there.
I was doing the herbal stuff because it was suggested to me, and because this is something natural that your body goes through. So I figured, it won't be that bad,
Mm-hmm.
and it has gotten better. I don't think that
Well.
the bitch that lives inside me. I don't think that she comes out near as much as she used to.
Okay.
So I'm so glad about that. But yeah, I probably should go to the doctor.
Well, it's just a recommendation, just to kind of get a full checkup to make sure everything is
Yeah.
good. And you know, if there is, you said you feel like you're on the downhill slide, like you're overcoming it to a certain degree, but just maybe just to kind of
Yeah.
check out and make sure.
Maybe there's something else that's gonna, maybe there's another shoe that's gonna drop or something.
I mean, if you're just going by hot flashes alone, I think you're
Getting better.
getting better.
Okay. Well, how has this affected your intimacy?
Where we used to be.
Don't touch me on hot.
Well, I am. But you don't understand, and I'm always complaining about the heat. Like, we just got in the car, and we're in the car for no more than 2.5 seconds. I'm like, God, it's hot in here. But it is, and it's like, it's a heat that you just can't understand until you feel it yourself.
Right.
And, I mean, you're gonna spontaneously combust.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way to explain it. And when you're like that, you don't want anybody to touch you.
Right.
At all.
Right.
So how else? Go ahead. I'm trying to explain myself.
No, that's good.
I don't
That's good.
know, well, it just, I think you're getting better. Especially since you've been off your vitamin.
Since I've been off of them, you think so?
Compared to,
When I was on them?
no, before, before you started taking them.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Cause
true.
you quit taking them before to say, kind of test the water, and no,
Yeah,
you
it wasn't
need
muddy
to go
water.
and get back on them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So not having
Back
them was bad,
double
and then then being on them was a little
well,
bit better.
I guess being on them during the throes of it
Mm-hmm.
was necessary for sure. But
Mm-hmm.
now being off of them, I don't feel like I need to go back on them except for the hot flashes.
Okay.
If I could find a way to calm them down or just get them to quit, that'd be
Mhm.
awesome altogether. And I don't think I've been near as many as I was. Mm-mm. I still have my little edginess to me sometimes though. I get aggravated with him, so I'm like, it's like my little kid.
Mm-hmm. So how does that work for communication when you're being very?
I feel like I've been internalizing a lot of stuff, and just by doing that, instead of jumping down his throat every time I get angry, or maybe I should learn how to approach things better.
Mhm.
But I feel like since I've been keeping a lot of stuff in, and it's just building a wall around me.
Mhm.
Like, don't touch me because I'm mad at you. Or 6.5 hours ago at 4:17 p.m. I was mad for whatever reason. So there's a little wall.
Mm-hmm.
And even though my brain is like, you're not mad anymore, you got over it, whatever. Physically, I don't feel like accepting,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't understand why that is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's part of menopause, maybe it's not. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's not. Well, Brett, how do you feel about your communication style between you and Kelly?
I probably don't communicate enough.
Okay.
Try to write it off some of it to the menopause, or to,
What do you mean?
Like when she's.
when you start that, you get that snippy and that biting my head off, jump down my throat, I bite my tongue a lot.
I'm sure, but I mean, how often do I bite your head off? I mean, this will probably get off topic, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Not all of it off, but just when it does. I say bite my head off. I guess it's the way you say things.
in my passive aggressive manner.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, I know, I hate that about me too.
So when was the last time she bit your head off?
She really doesn't, like I said, bite my head off. It's more like throwing shots out there.
Throwing shots. Oh, making comments?
Well,
Yeah, that's my way, that's
Kind
my
of-
prep for, my,
That's-
yeah.
It's your preferred way to do.
Yeah. To, I don't know, I guess my mom did that,
Okay.
and I've done, you know, I guess I've done it all my life. I never even really
Yeah.
realized I did it until I met him. I don't like it about me either. I don't know, I can't even think of an example right now to give you to,
oh,
I don't do
it
it here at
doesn't
work.
need, doesn't need examples. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
just,
for her, she.
oh, well, I
she-
mean, I'm sure she,
But I don't do it here at work.
No. So on communication style, what would you like Brett to do more in your relationship?
In the communication of
Mhm.
Well, talk to me.
communicate.
Yeah, talk to me, jeez.
Because right
Tell
now
me
it sounds like you guys internalize a lot of things. Like you have a hard time expressing
I
what's
feel like he
going through
doesn't
your
tell
mind.
me anything,
Okay.
and I have to find out through conversations being had between him and someone else, or someone else coming up to me and saying, "Oh, hey, y'all gonna go here this weekend or whatever?" I'm like, "Well, I didn't even know what was going on."
Right.
You know, I feel like I'm in the dark all the time with anything that involves him.
Which is strange because y'all live together, right?
Yes.
So,
But
and
We
y'all
can-
currently don't have any children living at home with you, right?
well, we have the dog.
The dog,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course,
The child.
the child.
He's our child.
Okay. But for the most part, it's just you two in the house, right?
Yeah.
So, Brett, why would you say you have trouble telling Kelly what's going on?
I don't feel like I do.
Okay.
I mean, it's not intentional. I mean, I'm not trying to keep anything from her. It's just I don't have,
Do you feel like she already knows, then you just don't
it's
need to
just
express
unemployed. I
it?
mean, it doesn't, most of the stuff, sometimes I'm bad about not mentioning, you know, oh yeah, we're going, you know, gonna do this or that, but
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of things that she's talking about, it doesn't, to me, it's fucking,
Irrelevant.
yeah, it doesn't even, I mean, it doesn't, it's, I mean, it's not even worth conversation, you know, or to me, I mean, I don't, it just doesn't,
That right there, that sentence you just said, it's not, it's not even worth talking about or whatever. I feel like you just made the decision for both of us whether or not that was important enough to tell me. And how do you know that I feel like it's irrelevant? Maybe it's something that is important to me.
That's a great insight.
I don't know why it would be.
I
I
don't
mean,
think
because
it's-
I mean, it's
I don't
so
think you get to
irrelevant,
make that
you know,
decision,
type
but-
deal.
Well, you know, if you're just telling me how, you know, so-and-so called today and the only thing important, you know, the only thing interesting they had to say was they found a brown rock in their backyard.
That's pretty much,
And I might look at you and go, well, okay, I'm sorry you had to waste your time with them about that, you know?
well,
But
okay,
you
I
told
mean,
me, you know?
well, I mean, but it's about that kind of thing. Hey,
That's
I mean,
true. That's
do you
true.
give two fucks about the brown rock in oh, I'm sorry,
That's okay. That's
in the
okay.
yard, backyard, in his backyard? No, you don't
No, but it's
two
like
shits
sharing
about
your
them
day
in the
with
first
me.
place, much less a rock.
Right.
But you're sharing your day with me is what it is. And just because I don't care about his brown rock doesn't matter. The fact that you're talking to me about what happened to you, what your experience was during this day, it makes me feel closer to you to know. No, I don't want to know that you had to poop every time I ask you what you do today.
Okay, so that's a good point. Does Kelly, let me ask you this, does Kelly tell you about her day when she comes home? After she's worked?
Sometimes, I mean, usually I ask her.
Okay.
Well, I walk in the door and you say, "Hi, babe, how was your day?"
And then you tell him how
And
your
I'll
day
say,
was?
"Yeah, it was all right. It was good." You know, if there was anything that stood out, I usually will tell him. But you know, if there's not, it was just like, "Yeah, it was okay. It was a good day." You know, I was in PC room or I was, you know, whatever.
Okay.
Pretty much it. But
Okay.
yeah, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I take, you know, as the night goes on, something I might remember something and that somebody else said that was funny or whatever, and I'll have
And
to tell
share
him
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Do
you
you-
got a new charm, or you got a new ring, or you got a new.
Or I spent money, more money.
I
So,
just don't-
so let me ask you this. When Kelly comes home and she asks you how your day is, what do you tell her usually?
It's all right, uneventful.
And that's about it?
That's pretty much it.
And then I say, well, what'd you do today?
Nothing.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay, but could you elaborate and give her a little bit of information?
That's
like,
pretty much it.
He used to, well, I took Poop for about 2 hours.
Oh, well,
But
I
I'm
mean,
like,
you
no,
told
I
me you
don't
didn't want to
even
hear
know
that.
that.
Well, no, but there's some things that you do. I'm sure, like you've talked to people, or you've gotten together with friends, or worked on engines, or any
Well, if I
projects
do,
and stuff.
if I do, then I generally tell her, or I mean, I get to mention.
Okay, all right.
Other than that, I mean, it just, because look, it doesn't mean two shits to me, really.
Right.
So,
So you feel like you're not gonna tell
I
her
just don't,
anything?
you know, I didn't know you talked to someone, oh, yeah, well, they did call or something, but I mean, it was nothing, I mean,
And again, I feel like you're making the decision for both of us.
well, I can see that, but I mean, it's something, I don't even, you wouldn't even be interested. Why would you even want to waste your time with it?
Okay, so let me ask you this: how did your parents communicate when you were growing up?
I don't know, I guess communicating.
Well, the reason why I ask, like, so did your dad elaborate with things about his day, or did he pretty much just, or how would you describe your parents' relationship?
Not much. I mean, not much. I don't recall them sitting around. I mean, they talked about shit that's going on, but not in depth really. Or
But would you say they let each other know about their days and, you know, things that were going on? I mean, if you overheard as a child or as a teenager conversations they had, did you think that it was pointless conversation, or did it seem to have meaning?
I guess if they was talking about it, it had some kind of meaning. There wasn't much, pointless.
But maybe
Didn't
they,
just talk about.
Or I mean, I
Mindless
didn't
stuff?
hear. No, they didn't. They wasn't just talking about mindless shit. No.
no. But so it might have been meaningful to them, which helped grow their relationship.
Well, no. Like I'm talking about, this is going on, this going on. I'm going to do this. We're going to do that, or this is what that kind of thing. I
But
don't
there
remember
wasn't
sitting
any
around
just
chit chatting or.
Sitting around talking about how Joe did this at work today or nothing like that.
Mm.
So not just a
I
conversation.
mean, every now and then
friends?
he'd tell, or one of them would tell some kind of, about what happened, but that wasn't a standout. It was like,
Okay.
just, man, here, just facts, man,
Okay.
type thing. Or is what I recall.
Okay, that's fine. But do you feel like they were connected? I mean, so in essence, it seemed like Kelly feels like you don't tell her hardly anything, and that could be her perception of it. But do you feel like you could share more information with her? She just wants to.
I don't know what I'd share. I mean, I would if I had anything, but see, like I said, I'm making a decision for both of us, I guess, but to me, it's
Okay.
It's
Well,
a
let me-
waste of your time
I
to
just-
tell me and a waste of my time to listen.
Yeah, I mean, basically,
Well,
I mean,
okay.
it's, you're gonna be like, really, you stopped me for that?
But no, but, well, okay.
I mean, but it was one,
And I know what you're saying when I'm in the middle, I'm on my way to do something and you're like, hey babe. And I gotta stop and come back and I know I'm like, what? Yeah, I can understand that being, I just wanted to tell you I talked to so-and-so today and he's got a brown rock in his backyard and be like, but I don't give a shit, But what I mean is like when I first get home and we're sitting back in the bedroom and I'm changing clothes or whatever, and that's when you could say, oh, so and so called today, we talked about mindless crap. Well, that's nice. It just lets me. I kind of feel like I'm part of your day when you do that. Not always the bad part that's going. You stopped me for that.
So what are you thinking about when she says that?
oh, okay, I mean, but I'll try to do, better, but I mean, it's because it's literally that. I don't think about it at the time a lot of times, it's later on, or I don't get reminded until you say, well, I didn't know you saw it. I said, so no, it's
You
like
can
I
tell me
forgot
later.
about
It's
it.
not like there's a time schedule when you have to. I mean,
But no, that's what
You
I'm
just
saying
think about
though.
it
I
in the
mean,
middle of the night.
it's so meaningless really to me.
oh, so and so called today. Oh yeah, anything? Y'all talk about anything cool? No, not really. Just a brown rock in his backyard. Okay.
I generally do that, and that's when you go, well, why didn't you tell me you got to ask me this? Because I didn't.
Okay, so let me ask you something. So when he shares stuff with you,
Mm-hmm.
maybe take it like, so even if it's a dumb rock in the yard,
Right.
should you maybe just be like, oh, okay, thanks for telling me, and then,
Yes,
Because
we
I think
should.
I think encouraging him to tell you stuff would be better than, I don't know.
Oh, I agree, but I didn't realize that you were like triaging stuff in your head and saying, "Nah, she'll need to know that. It's nothing."
No, it's just,
Or
anybody, I mean, it just doesn't.
it doesn't
what-
occur
what-
to you that I
what-
may want to know.
Well,
'Cause-
if I thought you were looking for rocks,
It's kind of
though.
like this. Okay, this is how I feel.
Okay,
I go to work. I feel like I'm the adult in this situation, this relationship, whatever, and you have a life of your own outside of whatever. I'm just saying, this is how I feel.
Mm.
Okay, I have my job and everything, and I come home and I'm like, you know, I've been missing you all day, been missing puppy all day. I want to be at home with y'all, or doing whatever dumb things y'all are doing. You know, working in the yard. I know y'all are not doing that, but I feel like I'm out of the
Send
loop
them
with
recon
you.
and yard rats.
Well, I feel like I'm out of the loop. I don't know anything you do. I don't know anything about you.
so what I'm hearing is that you miss being home with the family and you just want to know a little bit of what
I
did
feel
they
like
do
I'm
in their
not
day.
part of the family anymore. You know, because you don't tell me anything.
Puppy
Puppy doesn't tell me anything. You know, he just sniffs me like I've been doing bad things.
So what does, how could he make you feel more part of the family?
And just talk to me. Just talk to me about. Look, you know for a fact that I walk around that house, my mouth is going constantly because I got to talk to somebody. So I talk to myself or I talk to Puppy and I say dumb things, dumb words come out of my mouth, word combinations, whatever. I just want you to be present with, you know, I want you to be there. I want to know
I
you. I want
am.
you to talk to
I'm
me.
hearing you talking to, and every now and then I'm going, what?
Okay.
But let me ask you this: do you want more from him than just that little bit, right?
Oh, yeah, I want to feel close to you again. Look, you're gonna make me cry. Oh, don't do it. Don't give me, oh, come on, buddy.
Okay, so let me ask you guys this: so you feel, it sounds like you're feeling distant from him,
Mm-hmm.
and is it because of the job that you have now that you're just not there with them?
I think it's because of the way that we handle everything.
Okay. So we can find ways to handle things better to feel more
Yes.
connected. So let me ask you guys, when you guys first started dating, what did you guys do that was fun? What was,
We had sex. We did. We didn't do anything.
okay, so now,
We enjoyed each other's company.
no, speaking of the sex, now has that slowed down to where, I
Oh.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, so it's not as often, right?
Right.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a lot of distance, but yet you really want that closeness to be
Mhm.
back again. Okay, so we gotta figure out ways to bring that closeness back.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Brett? Do you feel like you guys are close?
Not as close as we, could be,
Okay.
or have felt closer.
I feel like we were closer when we lived in two different cities. Because we talked constantly. You know, we were texting each other constantly.
That's interesting that you say that, because having the physical distance away from you guys, but you felt the closest.
Mhm.
And now you guys are the physical closest, and yet you feel the furthest apart.
It's like we don't know how to say anything unless we're typing it or something. You know, like I don't know, because there was a distance, actual distance between us. We could say what we wanted to, or what we were feeling, and not worry about what the other one's reaction was going to be.
Okay,
Maybe.
okay. So let me ask you this. Some of the things that you guys did when you were distance
I was
apart.
texting, I didn't get to see the, or the,
What?
What?
That?
What just
What I
happened
just
now?
did?
Oh, the eye
oh,
thing?
yeah, I don't get to see that.
That's
Okay.
you.
Oh, is that me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
No, let's go.
I might have to take this.
Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and